Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, before I even start, head on over the 25,000 year cycle. You will get the truest healing from those who love you, because you're no daggone well. These other folks, they ain't got no love for us. And I know we need all the products that we offered. Not each and every single person needs every single product, but there's nothing that we have for you but life, and more abundantly. Now let's get to it. Now, these dudes are definitely all about the subterfuge, the bait and switch, ways that they can stave off their inevitable just fall. Repeating the same thing that Lucifer's always done. And they do that by keeping us as a prisoner of war nation, upon which they slather all kinds of different stereotypes. When it comes to stereotypes, you don't need the target of the stereotype to fully participate. It just creates a general atmosphere that then white people will profit off of, in terms of, you want to think profit in terms of money, but for them it's the ability to control huge populations of people, and they've been doing it forever. I just suddenly realized that the entire original immigrant wave was due to the fact that we were building little black towns, and what the heck? Well, these immigrants coming on over here, because most of them wound up living in shanties and working for pennies, literally, having just as miserable a life as they had over in Europe. What it was is that then they would promote the whole, Jim Crow step and fetch it stereotypes about black us. And then they just have one little story about how a black man raped this white woman, who later on you found out it was a daggone lie. But after all the lies and no apologies whatsoever, they had burned down all of our towns. We went from having millions and millions and millions of acres of land to where, if you meet a black farmer, that's more rare than if you ran across ET. And so they're doing the same thing now with the bait and switch with Kanye West, where Kim probably didn't want to go along with this lunacy, even though she got her whole body sutured up like she's the new white woman Sarah Bartman. And she didn't want to go this far in terms of degrading herself, because she's up there trying to, get near, what's the name? I can't remember. Anna Wintour, who is, in my conclusion, firmly one of the top Satanists out there. That's my conclusion. That's an informed opinion, all right? And I also have to say, my dedication is to life and ever more abundantly. I wish nobody any harm, but these people are doing their best to stereotype us as we're the brutes, we're the animals. And they've done that. They did it with hip hop also. But now with the new influx of immigrants, because Americans are just really kind of feeling good, they gotta add outside chaos. That's what they've done over in Europe by having all the Africans come up, all the Arabs come up, is they've stereotyped them now as extra violent. And that's what they're going to do over here. You got the Chinese coming up. Ooh, it's so covert and under. And then they had, Xi over, the Chinese leader, was almost choking. He looked like he was in agony. And all I could think about was Shinzo Abe and how they assassinated him. In my super firm conclusion, 100%. It was so ludicrous the way the guy just walked up and he had no real security whatsoever. And I think they took him out because he had cancer, and they didn't want that to be highlighted against the ongoing hemorrhage of radiation from Fukushima. That's why there's no sarcophagus over it. And so all of these different factors are being put in place because they've run out of time, and they need to cap our Black love of the truth. Now, every one of us, oh God, no. What they've done is they've inserted into us a yearning and adoration for the fat rich man whose behind cannot fit through the gates of heaven any easier than a camel can get through the eye of a needle. But you got a whole bunch of people who are worshiping the fat rich man. And that's how they've managed to get lots of operatives, black ones, really, really black ones, to do their best to maintain their wealth. It's not, they don't know about Fukushima, or at least when they signed up, they didn't know. But these are the most, amoral, materialistic, superficial folks that you can get. And so you got that. I'm just showing the NAACP thing because it's convenient. I got it right now. But you got people like Queen Latifah, who, in my firm conclusion, Queen Latifah was put on the scene because Sister Shahrazad Ali was breaking it down with the dynamics between the black man and the black woman so we could heal ourselves. And right, and you know, Sister Shahrazad, she always had that very Nefertiti looking hat on, and all of a sudden up shows Queen Latifah with "It's Ladies Night," something, whatever it was that she was rapping out there about Ladies Night. And just, she's a lesbian herself. I didn't know that. When I was I loved watching her movies, loved movies. I thought it was real black love, but she was just pretending. She was just pretending. And so now she could just come on out and do whatever. One of the things at this, NAACP affair, I do know everybody had their damn clothes on. Okay? You might be showing a little bit of cleavage or whatever, but for the most part, black people know to keep our daggone clothes on. That is not us to be getting up there all naked, and Oprah again in another purple outfit because she's sending out the warning to the frat boys and the boule and the Soros. You best do your job. You got paid to destroy black people. And you, if you made the mistake of thinking that you would just kind of, just crippling them a little bit, they don't know any better because they're all a bunch of idiots. No, you are, because you think that McMansion is going to keep you safe from man-made radiation. It ain't a damn thing possible. How many of you, if you were lucky enough to hear my warning in any way, even if it didn't come attached with my name, that's not the point. The point is, I hope you ain't eating that sea moss anymore, because I really don't wish anybody any harm. And so I had to come and do a double check on Queen Latifah's risque outfit here, because I noticed the strategically placed free the nipple little appliques on the dress. I'm sure that's not accidental, but as I said, she's part of it, right? But this whole thing does seem to be a... send up a salute to the movie. I don't think Queen Latifah was in it, but they were honoring also The Color Purple, a lesbian fest that no black people went to see. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not going to show any of the pictures of Kanye and his keeper. But I noticed early on, and please listen to the whole share. That is such a prime benefit. And then subscribe if you aren't subscribed. Leave comments. I love your comments. I read them all. I interact all the time. You put a comment on a video I uploaded like a year back, I'm going to respond to you. All right? Not that you need me. If you want to speak with other people, possibly, then put it in this one. All right? Kanye is owned. He was driven out of his mind, but you ain't going to see pink folks talking about that because it does not suit their purposes to socially engineer what they want populations to do. Ain't nothing more distracting than Satanism, where there are Aleister Crowley removal of all rules, and thy will is the sum of the law. What kind of madness is that? And so they need to make it seem like it's a black man doing this. And even Kanye trying to say, he wants to turn things around with his wife, Bianca, by sweet talking as if he's such a Svengali. Now, what's the mom going to be walking around butt naked? This is them. This is them. I've got so much stuff. I don't know how I'm going to rig it all together. But this one, I was just like, oh, racist zero hedge. And actually, what it is it's their nature to just be like predator mimics. And they even eat their own. So Zero Hedge is fooling all of its participants, its white boy participants, into thinking that they're on their side. If they're not telling you the truth about the radiation that's out there, then they are definitely not on your side. So Ukrainian porn star poses with mangled war veterans for charity photo shoot. Now, you know about all them porn stars who've been showing up mysteriously dead. In one family of one of those women, it said, no, she did not commit suicide because they kept they committed suicide. Or it was, fentanyl overdose. That fentanyl, whoa, they are setting up different ways to murder people. That's why Allah said, put on the armor of God. Be righteous, not just in your deeds, but in who you are. So there's no conflict. I'm like, with Dr. She, I'm so normalized and actualized to living at the best life that I can in submission to the Creator. It just feels perfectly natural. It doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel like an imposition. There are improvements I have to make, such as remembering to say my prayers when I'm taking my meals. That's something I never grew up with, so sometimes it's hard for me to remember, and I'm always so, please forgive me because I forgot again. But I'm just saying is that when you're doing the right thing after a certain amount of time, you just become acclimated to it. And so these folks, this is just what they do. They do their best to keep and maintain their, I think it's almost non-existent, their feeling of satisfaction. I can't get no. They were singing, the Rolling Stones was just singing the facts of who they are. And so these porn stars are a warning to all of theirs who have literally signed up with a satanic coven. You have got to start just walking around in a ludicrous fashion. The emperors knew Hollywood, and I can't say the word that would come after that would rhyme with clothes, okay? What? This makes no damn sense. You're going to wear, I think these are like even kind of like a cardigan type of knitting here, but they're panties. So your whole leg is barren, but you're going to wear some warm panties? Like it's some sort of Coco Chanel thing? That's ridiculous. And then later on, I don't want to show that picture, right? She's at the Oscars and she just got on this thong thing. And I'm like, what? And it's Kanye? It's all about Kanye, right? And so they're just, trying to make it seem like it's normal. That's as much as I'm going to do. But there she is. And she actually is wearing full clothes here. And she's stepping in front of all these soldiers because this is the way that they figure they could get the attention of the idiots out there. And they will manage to get that. Now, speaking on this, there is a feature of manhood that is just, it's sacred. It's a wonderful divine thing that men are men. But you veer off from your divine nature when you don't recognize. You got to protect your women. You got to instill somehow with righteous leadership to the women, from your daughters up to your granddaughters, their sacred, honored role in society. When you diminish the importance of what the woman is to a society, your society is just on the downturn. And if the devil comes in, it's obliterated altogether easily, because that creates so much chaos, so much resentment coming from the women. And you could also go opposite, where then you want to treat the women like they're just objects that you control, and you're going to have them dressed up in a friggin' garbage bag from head to toe. You're going to be, they're the first glimpse of God. So when your babies get born, them women are going to be giving them such a milk of contempt for the way that they are being treated, because there is a ground zero level of the soul where it knows I'm being abused, and it's not going to veer off of that. So in all of this, there's no perfection, but there is communication, there is cooperation, there is working together, where women no longer say to themselves, housewife is some sort of minimizing, horrible thing, any more than the chief head of a major Fortune 500 company would say, oh my goodness, this drudgery I have to do every single, and some of them do. They got the Gen Zers or whatever, all upset that they have to actually work for a living, but you get real satisfaction from a job well done. Okay, not from sitting on your keister. And so you don't see these corporate CEOs complaining about the fact that, yeah, it takes work to manage something gigantic. It takes work to manage a family, right? And so the women have been taken advantage of by feminism, where all of us were just turned into materialists, so that with all these, agents and operatives, they literally feel justified in judging a person based on what shoes they have, based on what pocketbook they have, based on just stuff that would say, oh, this person is well connected, and so thereby I'll be able to get some more material stuff. When right now, more valuable than their entire wardrobe is getting the warning about that radiation. Okay? And so this is the comments on the article about Bianca Censori. No, this is, oh my goodness, wait a minute. This is an article that I was just looking at right here about Christian's, whatever her name is, Kristen Stewart, something like that, and her friggin', warm underwear, where the comments were saying, has Kanye put his spell on her? Bam, that's what I mean. Stereotypes don't need to have any thought attached to them, any questioning, any pondering. They are sufficient to promote a stereotype that will piss white people off enough so they could do the same thing they did with the first wave of immigrants coming in, where our black towns were razed to the ground, and how many of our people were horribly murdered because they want to put all this crap up in here like this is us, and no, it's not. Every single day I'm the only one warning about Fukushima amongst any black content creators anywhere on the freaking planet, because most of them are controlled and bowed down just as much as the NAACP, right? Some of them, maybe they are ignorant. I got the books. I'll give you the titles. You got a big platform. You so damn smart. You go buy the books and read about how your sister ain't making up nothing I'm talking about. But my voice, my entreatment to follow the Creator's commands, vengeance is his. We don't have to do nothing, because that's what these people want. So they can freak everybody out and do the same thing to us that Israel wished it could still get away with the Palestinians. They almost still don't give a damn. because actually they're part of the overall plan too, where they know now welcome mat's gonna be worn out after a while. And then whatever. I'm not wishing any harm on anyone, but I'm saying critical race theory started by white Harvard professors and Skippy Gates. Okay? Not started by honest black people. Why in the world do I need to go any place? Just my sole purpose is to cuss out white people. I got better things to do. That's why I don't come up here that much, because I'm like, I gotta write my book, my novel. Right? Ain't no critical race theory shenanigans that I need to convey when telling the truth. If the truth hurts your feelings, well, that's your problem, not mine. Okay? But this is not the truth. This is lies from the same people trying to put it out there that Kanye is the controller in that relationship. Oh, hell no. Then all of this behavior would be rapidly seen amongst just regular black you and me, and it's not. It's not. Even at the NAACP, it's not. But now that I said that, next NAACP award show, everybody gonna be naked up on there. Cause, I mean, like, come on. This is crazy. Jack Russell-sized dog bit off owner's penis and ate it. Ate it! What do you think was going on right there? This isn't Germany. There's so much nastiness going on in Germany. It just boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. And has been. Sin City, Berlin. That was before. They used that to get the, guy with the little toothbrush mustache up in there. I could say so much on that. But they make sure they lock it down so you can't say the truth. Okay? And so this guy was just doing what they sort of do. There's so many German men who wind up killing themselves off a autoerotic asphyxiation, whatever the heck they call it. I don't know and will never know. But you got, since 23, and they've been hinting at it before, all of these white women, just in levels of exposure that just it's awful, it's horrible. And now they're like, saying, okay, well, we gotta stop that, but they ain't never gonna stop because they can't undead that ocean. All in the meantime, you would think they would ponder, is this over-sexualization actually turning people off? Well, it's a lot more complicated than that, because behind the scenes in the schools, especially at the colleges, they got a whole indoctrination, MK Ultra brainwashing scenario going on, so that you wind up having this Gen Z population not only having less sex than ever, but having, if they do have sex, with the wrong people and the wrong things. Okay? I mean, this is Today host Dylan Dreyer admits she still showers with all 3 of her children, including her 7-year-old. Why would you be encouraging pedophilia? Why would you be doing that? Okay? Saying she doesn't care. That's the mindset of a psychopath. That's a mindset of a absolutely trivial, just brain dead human being. If her kids see her naked as she weighs in, and then there's a Bradley Cooper, which reminds me of this guy, whoever the heck he is. I really don't know. I don't watch this stuff anymore. So what? Showing up at the Oscars. Did Kanye do this? Did Kanye do this to this man? Right? They're losing it because they have no more time. It's that simple. Don't you lose it, and there's no reason to. The tail is becoming the head. Everything that was is being replaced with the truth that Allah used to create heaven itself. Hell is going out. It's going out. Okay? So you got everything to rejoice about. Come to 25000yearcycle.org. You can go to our shop and get what you need. You can consult Dr. She. Oh my goodness, that is mighty healing. I know, because I've lived it. for the past, oh, I don't even want to say it because it's just so many years that I've been able to just step up my game completely. And because of that, brother, you can come on over here to, he gave me my own separate section. You think I could put this together? Nope, I can't. All right, but there's the silk hair. There's my soap. Have we stopped washing? I know us. We are still wearing clothes. I'm not saying there aren't black people running around crazy as a Mad Hatter. Speaking of Wendy Williams. But I know you need the best soap, not just any soap. You need soap made by somebody who dedicates her life to you. That's the kind of clean that's really going to work, okay? And so you could come here, you get the soap, you could get my books. Brother Yappa did all the covers. Oh my God, I can't wait till I finish this new one so I can see what cover he comes up with. And you keep on scrolling, you add, load more. And this book right here, Furnace of Affliction, Healing, Radiation, Damage to the Human Body every single day. What I've been warning about gets proven more and more and more. And I put the remedies in here. It's okay to support somebody who does something because she wants to save your life. Right? Right. Love your family. Straight black pride. And we own forever. Peace and blessings.